Hey everybody, away from the desk and into the kitchen with my good friend Shaneka Winston, who's going to stop by and cook up a big Southern home-style dinner here on the O'Roy Show. It's all about you.
'Cause baby, it's you, baby, it's you, baby, it's you, baby, it's you, I can leave with Jesus, baby, it's you.
Shaneka is a good friend of mine. She is a very hard worker. She is a
stay-at-home mom.
Which is a very hard job. I know, not from experience. My mom had 9 kids.
Wow.
And and how she's still sane today, I don't know, but she is. But we were talking the other day about how we love good food.
Right.
And I told Shaneka about how my mom always makes good old fried chicken, collard greens, crackling cornbread, and I said, no one does that anymore, it seems like. And she was like, what, are you crazy? I make it all the time, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make some crackling cornbread. That's some of my favorite food, I'm telling you. All right, what are we gonna do first? Let's get right to it.
First, we're gonna start making some collard greens.
All right, so we got some collard greens. What do? You just take them, oh, you shred them up, don't you?
I do, I get them and I buy them fresh. I cut them up and I wash them, which I've done. I washed them in the sink and got all the grains and everything off of it. And then I will start.
That looks like a beautiful salad.
I will start the stove and I will put some water in the pot. And you just want to put enough that covers the green. And I will boil it for a while with some smoked meat in it. And once you let it boil for a good 10-15 minutes, your water will be seasoned pretty good. You can go ahead and put the chopped greens in. Once we get the greens in, we'll just let them cook down for a while. You can let it cook down maybe an hour, hour and a half. Go back in, give them a good stir, and you can season it at that time. You can use seasoning salt, pepper, whichever type of seasoning you like. And just make sure you keep it stirred. I let mine cook maybe about 3.5-4 hours on low. And once that's done, I'll add me a little bit of oil, like Crisco oil or anything to let it get that seasoning. And in about an hour after that, they're done.
Oh my God. Now, as a kid, Mom would make turnips and put it in a bowl. But I loved the juice. I love the turnip root. You know, oh my God, it was so good.
Yes,
with
so do I.
And you dip it. But as a kid, I love that. And today, it just seems like, now, do your kids love?
My kids enjoy it.
That
This is
so
a weekly
neat.
meal for us.
That is so cool. All right, so we've got the collards cooking. Okay, what's the next thing we're gonna make?
The next thing we're gonna make is mac and cheese.
Ooh, mac and cheese.
Everyone has a different recipe for mac and cheese. A lot of people just does the basic standard mac and cheese. But
Yeah, let's get to cooking then.
First, what you start off with is water, and you put it in the pot and start to boil it so you can get ready to add your noodles.
Okay.
So we'll set that on high and let it start boiling. I add some salt and oil to the mixture once I put the noodles in so it won't stick too much. So Roy, it's time to drain the noodles.
I've got the colander.
We'll go ahead and drain the noodles. Get all the water off them. And we'll just pour it over in here. Perfect.
So how much butter did we put in there?
For this pan, we'll use just about a half a stick of butter. So we'll go ahead and pour it in, and with the noodles being hot, it'll melt down while we're pouring in the rest of the ingredients.
Butter just has a much better flavor than margarine.
It does. I also use 1 egg, just one.
Now see, that's something I've never used.
You usually use about a half a cup of milk. I'll go ahead and add the salt and black pepper. It's just for seasoning.
Ooh.
Give it a little taste. And I was taught to make my macaroni and cheese by my younger sister. And I can't use her secret ingredient on camera, but there is a secret ingredient. I'll tell you later.
Going with it, KFC.
Next, we'll add the cheese, and I add maybe a cup of cheese to my mixture.
I love a lot of cheese. So you can really, it depends.
You can play with it.
Okay.
Yes. And once you get it mixed up, you make sure your oven is on 375. You'll put it in maybe for 15 to 20 minutes because it's already done. You don't have to let it cook too long. Right. But once I put it in the oven and let it get hard, I go back and I add more cheese to the top.
To the
after
top.
It's
I was
done.
just getting ready to say that.
Yes.
My mom, for some reason, always had like a toasted
on top, layer on top. That's it. Put the cheese on once it gets done and
Good
just
deal.
turn the stove off.
Shaneka, we've got collards, we got mac and cheese. Now it's time for one of my favorite foods in the whole wide world.
And what's that?
Fried chicken.
Okay.
I do, honest to God, ever since I was a kid, I've always loved fried chicken. And you know, I used to have pet roosters. And my siblings, my brothers and sisters would always be like, how can you eat a chicken when you have it as a pet? I was like, oh no, but it tastes good.
It tastes really good. You're absolutely right. To get started with our fried chicken, I have already washed the fried chicken and have it in the refrigerator, please.
Oh, and who doesn't love chicken wings?
I know this is all my family enjoys. So once I get the chicken out the refrigerator, I'll go ahead and season it. Give it all a good seasoning. So once I get it seasoned, the next thing I do, you can use seasoning salt, which I love, or you can just use salt and pepper. Anything that you like to season your chicken with.
Right.
Next, you will put it in a bowl of flour. I'll put about 3 in there to start with, and you just give it a good mix over all the chicken. Make sure you flour it good to get your crispiness all over.
I love crust.
Yes, so do I. My chicken has to have crust on it. So we got all of it floured. And after that, we'll go and fry it. And we'll place one at a time in there. And as you hear it
love that
sizzling,
sound.
yes, and it's not cooking too fast or too slow. We have it just perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Now we have it cooking.
Were you like raised on a farm or anything? Or?
No, I was not. Actually, I was raised in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh my goodness. Please don't tell me you're a Gator fan.
I am.
No! Oh my God. So, but I wasn't raised, I was raised in a small town, but we did move to a farm. And I just always appreciated homegrown vegetables, you know, even our chickens were homegrown, you know, and it's such a different taste and flavor,
Exactly.
you know.
We were born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida until I got to 4th grade and we moved here. But my dad still planted everything, has a garden, still to this day in the city limits.
I miss that.
Yeah, so
gosh, I miss that.
It's all about, you know, homegrown food and cooking for yourself, not going out to eat all the time.
I know, and that gets so old.
Exactly.
My gosh.
Well, while it's sizzling, I'm going to go ahead and flip it.
Okay.
We don't want to cook
Oh
it
my
too
goodness,
long on
that
one
looks
side.
good.
Give it all a good turn.
I am so hungry.
And I say flip it maybe 2 or 3 times. Just make sure you let it brown real good and it's ready to enjoy.
Hey, you don't get them looking that good at the local restaurants, I'll tell you.
I had an uncle come down from Florida and he told me the same exact thing.
Oh my goodness.
Enjoy. Roy,
Yeah.
no meal is complete without crackling cornbread.
You know, girl, I cannot wait to get to this part. Listen, I love crackling cornbread. For those who don't know what crackling cornbread is,
It's a fatback from a pig,
and it's just in little diced cubes.
diced up in cubes.
And
That's it.
When I was younger, I went to Utah, and I would tell people there what we ate,
Right.
you know. They would laugh at me. They thought that was the most disgusting thing. I'm like, are you crazy, you people? You have no idea how wonderful crackling cornbread is.
Yes,
So
it is.
what do we need?
I'll go ahead and put our flour mixture into a bowl. I'll also go ahead and put the fat back in.
Oh, the cracklings. Release the cracklings.
Yes. I also put a dash of salt in my cornbread. A lot of times I'll add sugar to my cornbread. Some people don't like the sweet cornbread, but we love it in our
I
household.
found out years later that makes the flavors pop.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And not necessarily in a sweet.
Right.
It's like makes all the spices really come out. so.
Exactly. And then I'll just pour some milk in, maybe about a half a cup. I'm gonna go ahead and pour the
Got it.
butter. Make sure the whole pan get greased. That way it won't stick.
Oh yeah.
Then I will add my egg and give it another good stir. So you see how it's changing our yellow color that we're gonna have at the end. Just go ahead and pour it over into our pan. And once we get it all in there, and it's ready to pop into the oven.
I cannot wait for this cornbread to get ready. I'm starving. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with this wonderful food with my friend Shaneka. I'm hungry.
So am I.
How about a glass of sweet tea for a sweet lady?
I would love that. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Shaneka, we're missing something.
Yes, we are. You cannot have a great Southern meal without some hot sauce and chow chow.
I know what hot sauce is. I love my hot sauce. But chow chow?
Chow chow. Chow chow is a relish-based mixture that you can put on anything, hot dogs, hamburgers, but I found out it is the best on some collard greens.
Well, I'm going to have to take your word for it. I'm going to try it. Okay.
Now that we have it, I'm gonna go ahead and let you try it first. So what do you
I've never
think?
ever had that before, and it is so good.
You got me want to dig in with you.
And I got some crackling on my first bite. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Mac and cheese.
Cheesy.
You've been married for how many years?
11.
I know why now. Shaneka Winston, you are a sweet lady.
Thank you so much.
And all mothers should be honored every day for the work y'all do.
Thank
I'm
you.
serious. Thank you so much for coming by.
You're so welcome.
Promise me you'll come back.
I will. You just let me know when.
We're gonna make cupcakes one day.
Sounds
You
great.
said that earlier.
Yes, I did.
Alrighty. Chicken time. Thank you for watching our show. Listen, remember, it's all about you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. God, this is... I love chicken. I just want to eat everything at one time.
All together.
You should have your own restaurant.
I'm working on it.
Are you serious?
I have 2 classes left to have my business license.
Wait a minute. Did you get that? Shaneka, that was so good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Wait.
Calm down. It's right here.
The peach cobbler. Right?